Everybody's been asking me about what I use and what I have and how I sharpen my knives. So I'm going to do this video and post it up on YouTube. Just to show everybody what I've got and how I do it. Now, the steels I use, because I keep getting asked that a lot, is an F-Dick polish. I've put a handle on because I broke the original handle. It's just a blue handled, straight out F-Dick polished steel, oval shaped. And this one here I actually found on a mobile butchering job up in Strathbogie, sitting in the shed on the shelf, and have been used as a paint stirrer. So it is a pipe shape berry steel. Never seen one before, but it was covered in paint and preserved really quite well. I haven't polished it all the way up because it's got its own natural pitting, which seems to work really good. So all I've done is just give it a basic clean up. Stones I use is a diamond stone, 400 grit on one side, 1,000 on the other. Bought it off eBay with the rubber stand for $38 delivered to my door. And I finish off the stones with a surgical grade black Arkansas stone, which is only partial because I've dropped it a few times over the years and broken it. They're very expensive to replace, but also once you get these stones and you wear them in nicely, it takes a long time to wear them in, and this stone's really well worn in, and I like the way it works. So as a comparison of sizes, that's how much smaller it is now. It comes in a wooden box called Hall's Pro Edge. And then this couple of knives I've got. This one I've just ground it up myself on just a literal straight out belt sander, fine belt, water. So drag along the belt sander, one side, just straight along once, dip it in the water, hold it for a second, and then just do one side, then turn the belt sander around and do the other side in the water, in and out, in and out. I always just knock the tip off a little bit, because grind it back a bit because it gets a bit thin and it snaps off. So yeah, that's what I do. Anyway, we'll get into it. A couple of important things to remember when you're sharpening knives is this one here. That one there already has a shoulder built on it, so I will not put it on the 400, only straight on the 1000 grit because I keep a nice edge already. This one, because it's just been ground, I'll hit it on the 400 grit a couple of times just to cut a nice edge onto it straight up so it doesn't fold or roll over. Important things to remember is when you're stoning a knife, make sure that it's even pressure both sides. A lot of people naturally push harder one way than they do the other, and they end up with an oversized shoulder on one side and an undersized on the other, not even. And also be mindful of what side you finish stoning your knife on, and that should be the side that you finish steeling your knife on. So if I finish that way and I steel conventionally, which I don't, I will finish steeling that way on that side. Keep the edge nice and straight. Anyway, let's do it. It's about as much angle as I use. You can see that quite much. It's about 25-30 degrees. Diamonds cut really fast, quite quickly, so you don't have to push hard. It's nice and lightly. That helps you to keep even pressure on both sides. Nice even shoulders. Probably hear how well it's cutting. Just going to touch the heel a little bit more. Have a bit more of an edge on the heel because I ground a little bit too thin on the heel last night. I want to make sure it doesn't fold over. Beauty with this thing is very simple, very basic. Simply undo them, undo those, just like so, flip it over. There's your 1000 grit. Fit it back in, so set nice and square, and just tighten up. Very simple, very basic. Diamond stones are very cheap now. Best thing about diamond stone is they don't hollow out or round out, so you keep the same even edge all the time. And once again, they cut very quickly, neatly, nicely. So. I don't know if you can see that very well, but it has a nice, didn't take very long at all. It has a nice edge cut on it here. Probably can't see it very well. Anyway. Also, don't use, on diamonds, don't use oil-based lubricants because it clogs the diamonds up. Simple, I'm using just soapy, watered down soap. Best thing to use is a Windex or a good kitchen cleaner out of a spray bottle, easy to carry around, keeps the diamonds nice and clean all the time. So they become clogged, they don't work very well at all. A couple of nice light finishes. So, with this, just simply flip it up like that. Just rubber feet, hold this stone nice and steady. I usually do about 9 to 10 strokes either side on this stone to make it nice, and makes it cut really, really nice and smooth. Give it a good sharp edge, and it cuts very, very smooth, no drag, no anything, so it's really good, this stone. This is my first original stone. I've had it for 16 or 17 years now, so it also has a bit of, I'm attached to it. That's why I haven't bought a new one. Been on many, many journeys and lots of miles with me. You sort of get the feel, the drag lines from the diamonds coming off the edge as you're using this stone, and once it slips nice and easily, like it's just starting to now across the stone, that means it's just nice. If you go too far, it'll actually sort of round the edge off and it won't be any good at all. So once again, because I finish on that side like that, I steal the other way, like conventional, when you steal your knife, because I finish on that side, because that's the side I finish stoning on, which is that side. I'll start on the top like that, and underneath, like so, underneath. That's it. and I always use the polish, and it helps really, really nice smooth cuts. Sorry, wrong way, like that. Underneath. That's it, we're done.